Hey everybody, Steph here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. Yay! So I've added a few new features to this stream. As you can see, I've got the chat box in the corner, and now that you can use some stickers. There's like the sticker thing that's going on, and I got a cool border feature. Yeah, it's a feature. That's right. My hair still wet. That's okay. So yeah, it's Friday. My birthday was last week. Played a bunch of games. So yeah, this so Michael and I have been playing a lot of Pathfinder, So that's kind of like what my blogs have been like, featuring all the Pathfinder all the time. But I've been having a great time with that. We've been streaming at like crazy hours, starting at like 11:30 p.m. or something ridiculous, and just going like till whenever. And so you might see us streaming wicked late going forward. Let's see. So yeah, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so Pathfinder, we've made it through scenario 3. There you go. Then Michael put a link in there for Season of the Rune Lords, because it's a print like on demand or something from Paizo. So if you join their society guild, you can get all these like extra scenarios and stuff. So it's a unique path that uses the Rise of the Rune Lords cards. And so that's what we've been playing. And we made it through the first 3 adventures. And so we're hitting the 4th one. We just got our roll card. So now I'm the pulverizer, the fighter who stick it with the pointy end. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. And Michael's the bard, and so he just like sings songs and, you know, casts some scorching rays and stuff and kills people. You know, how you do. And it's been a lot of fun. So looking forward to seeing how the adventure continues. Hopefully, you know, maybe some more tomorrow afternoon or something. But it's good times. There we go. There's the little bards. So good, so good. That's right. Hi, Alan. How's it going? So, yeah, all the Pathfinder all the time. We've been enjoying that. It's good to get that back to the table because it's been a really long time. So we've been anxious to play more and more. Pika Pika! So we throw up Pikachu because my character's name is Vika, or Vika, Vika, however you might say that. And, you know, I say it like Vika because, you know, if Pikachu goes Pika, that's how you spell Pika. So Vika. Vikachu. Vika. That's right. Oh my goodness. And you know what? It was also really exciting for my birthday. I requested that we played through My City. And My City is fantastic. It's so good. I freaking loved it. Michael freaking loved it, which is great. I wasn't sure. After the first few games, where I kind of like demolished him, I wasn't sure he was gonna like it so much. But then he ended up coming back and totally kicking my butt. So in the end, he had a good time playing, and it was really cool to see how the rules changed throughout. So all I remember was when Eric Martin was first reviewing it before the game came out and everything, that he didn't really like it so much. It's not that he didn't like it, it's that he liked it, but he didn't like it because he's the kind of person that likes to play this, like, the game like 30 times to really get a feel for it. And so you don't really get a feel for it because every game you play, the rules change a little bit. And so that affected his opinion on the game. So for me, it worked awesome. I loved the rules changing. I loved to see how the progression worked and everything. That was so much fun for me. So I'm excited to play it again. I already started playing it with another group, but even still, I would play it again and again. Whoever wanted to play it, I really, really enjoy this experience. And so maybe we'll get the game group here going with the game. And, I'm willing to play this a whole bunch because I want to do well. And so I don't want to get, ruined every time, but it's not that different each time, but it's different enough for somebody like Eric Martin, who, just wants to play the repeated game over and over again. Hey, I agree with you. I mean, you do get a feel for it. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. That's right. Hey, I really liked it. I'm glad we could play it and get it played. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put out a little message saying, hey, I'm live. So I'm going to just do that real quick on Facebook. And, just talk about whatever I'm talking about next. What am I talking about next? Oh, on Kickstarter, I believe it's still on Kickstarter right now, is Faux Diamonds. So if you're interested in trick-taking card games, this is a new game from Mike Fitzgerald, who did the Mystery Rummies series. And it's a game called... My voice isn't synced. Well, that's not good. Hold on. I don't know why. It's probably because of that. But, so I'm just gonna keep talking for the minute, and my computer's trying to catch up. I've had some problems with my video card, and it's just, yeah. Alright, I'll just close this. Close the windows. Close everything. Close everything! Close. Just problems. Not too many windows. So, how about now? Because my laptop sucks. That's right. Well, hopefully it will correct itself in time. But, quarter second off. It's not perfect. Still not perfect. Still not good. But good enough. Alright. Well, it's good enough. Alright, so I was talking about Faux Diamonds. This is a game we played on the stream last week. And I really liked it. And I talked about it in the blog this week. And it's on Kickstarter now. So if you are interested in card games and stuff, there's actually quite a few games that you can purchase in this Kickstarter. Weird Nin. Wait, I go to sleep to stream and log in this afternoon and launch to stream. Did you all even sleep? Well, we were streaming till like 2 a.m. last night, and I stream every Friday at 2 p.m. So, it's a little bit of sleep somewhere in there, I'm sure. What is sleep? That's right. So I was just talking about Faux Diamonds, and that it is on Kickstarter, and it's a great card game, and it works for 2 players, but I'm sure it works very well for more players as well. So there you go. Michael put the link in there. Faux Diamonds and Baseball Highlights, the dice game on Kickstarter now. 6 days to go, barely funded. So that means it is funded, and you should go help them out if that interests you. I'm definitely interested in the Baseball Highlights dice game, so I have to play Baseball Highlights one day. That's on the to-do list. But I really liked Faux Diamonds. I had a great time with it, and I think it's a really delightful card game that I would be happy to play anytime. The rules are simple, and it will fit any number of people really well. So if you're looking for more card games, who isn't? I love card games. So, yeah. Deserves more love. Guess people hate that there are no minis. That's right. It could be. It could be. So, next up. Oh, it looks like I dropped 86 frames, which could be why there's a little bit of a delay on my voice. No. But I guess we'll just keep going and hopefully it will correct itself. Michael says no. Okay, well, that's what it tells me. It said dropped. Now it says 99 frames dropped. So is it skipping at all? I don't know, but man. Okay, drops don't affect sync. And I just don't really know. Okay, so the next game I want to talk about is not actually in BGG. So Michael has no links, but maybe he'll find it on the Big G creative site. I want to talk about Hide and Cheek. Hide and Cheek is this little, like, cute little, like, chipmunk game where you're trying to find acorns to put acorns in your little cheeks. And so you wear these masks. And then you hide these acorns under these different log cups. And the other players get to decide which log they want to look under before you get to look under a log. And then if you find any acorns, you stuff them in your cheek. It's like pretty much the most simplistic game you could think of. I guess it could work for really young kids. It's in Target. So, yeah, it's... I played it. I wore the mask. I did the duties of, playing the game. But, ultimately it's not really a strategic game. The cups are kind of see-through. You can kind of see shadows if you'll find an acorn if you look just right. But, that's kind of against the, you don't really want to do that. But sometimes the light just falls. I could see lots of shadows. So it's like, well, maybe they should have made the cups a little bit more dense. But I just have bright lights coming in all directions, coming like at me, so I can kind of see the light. But so maybe it just worked out that way. But anyway, I still lost because Michael was really good at, finding all of the acorns. Well, I play a high risk, high reward strategy. Like, if I would put all 3 acorns under one log, and if he can't find it, well, then they're mine. And then so he would often find them. So that was my bad, I guess. But it ended up being pretty close. 20-16, I believe it was. Yeah. And he stole acorns from me, so that was rude. But, it's a really simple game made for kids. Family weight game. So then we checked out Monster Expedition. This is a new Alexander Pfister game. Oh, hi, Matt. Welcome. This explosion of emotes. I love it. So Monster Expedition is in the realm of Carnival of Monsters. It's the same universe. And it's a totally different game, though. It's not drafting or anything like that. You are pushing your luck and rolling some dice to try and capture these monsters. You can either, capture them in the wild or, collect them in cages already. Now, the ones in the cages, you don't necessarily know what kind of points you'll be getting, but, it'll range from 1 to 3 points. More likely going to be a 1-point card. And so you're trying to collect these different creatures in these different landscapes. And so you're trying to collect a variety of colors if you can. And obviously the ones with more points will be good. And then you're also trying to level up your different lands. So there's different ways you can adjust your land in order to gain more dice when you visit that land and stuff like that. So you're basically engine building. You're trying to make your engine better as you play the game, rolling these dice. I mean, it's still a lot of luck because you're pushing your luck. If you roll like 5s, you collect 5s, and then the next time you roll, you have only 5s. Well, you're gonna have to kill a die your highest die of the ones you've collected, because you can't collect dice that you've already can't collect dice values that you've already collected. So you're gonna have to try and either push your luck or just stop when you think you have what you want. And so it can be tricky because I just don't roll very well at all. Michael has defeated me a lot in this game, so yeah, that happened. But I like it. I think it's a cute game. There's a little bit of strategy. It's not deep strategy or anything, but I had fun. It's not like my favorite Alexander Pfister game. It's not going to be like a heavy Alexander Pfister game. Not Maracaibo or anything. It's more along the lines of his lighter stuff, like Port Royale-ish. Not. It's not even the level of like Isle of Skye or anything. It's just it's low. It's like, I think Michael said it was like a 1.5 weight on the BGG rating scale. So it's fairly light, but I like it. It was good. I played a game called Funfair with, I taught Dan and Shrey and Derek how to play Funfair, and there's a great implementation on TTS that you can play. So I tried it with 4 players, and it was different. It was a different experience. So with 2 players, you're going to go through the deck maybe once, maybe twice, probably not twice, but maybe. And with 4 players, that deck runs out and runs out and runs out, and almost all the cards are in play by the end of the game. So it was a much different feeling, and you don't realize how limiting of everything there is. So Shrey was specifically looking for a restaurant type, food court type place for his park. And so he kept wasting tons and tons of actions looking for one. When in fact I had one, Dan had one, Derek had one. Derek had one in his hand that he just was holding on to because he didn't use it to discard or anything. So there were 4 restaurants and Shrey needed one to get 30 points or something. He just needed one in his park to complete a blueprint. So not only did he not complete the blueprint, but he spent so many actions trying to find this one card that didn't exist. So it was a rough game for Shrey. So I don't know if it works great with 4 players, but I'm thinking 2 and 3 players is a sweet spot for Funfair. So I'm not sure. Yeah, there might not be enough cards. Basically, it comes down to that. It might leave a bad taste. I agree with Michael. So it's definitely a friendlier game. However, we were not trying to hate draft cards away from Shrey. We didn't know what he needed. We just knew he was looking for a card, and it wasn't on purpose meanness, whereas Unfair, you're trying to basically purposely be mean and ruin people's parks. Derek Haight kept that card. No, he didn't, though. He didn't know. It's not like Shrey was like, I need that cafe in your hand. Somebody give it to me. But, yeah, so... yeah, it was okay. I don't think I would ever suggest it with 4 players again, just because of it's not fun going through the deck. But yeah. I must lift a mug to Dirk. In a non-cutthroat game, he found a way to make it cutthroat. Ta-da! I had the privilege of playing a new board and dice game called Zappotech, which is a new T game that begins with a Z. So Zappotech is actually fantastic. I had my doubts. I'm not a huge fan of the designers, the games he's done in the past. I think the games he's done in the past are like Merv and Kalamala and Ragusa. So, and there was one more. I forget what the first one what was the first one? I don't know. One of his earlier titles. Anyway, I've played most of his games, and I'm like, okay. He has like a lot of this player interaction that involves other people. In a lot of his games, he has like these actions. They're all different in the games that he's designed, but he has these actions where you kind of bank on other people helping you out. So if I go here, I might help out Shrey or Dan, depending on who's built in that row and whatever. There's little things like, I will help you if I do something. So I'm not a big fan of these games because people always find a way not to help me, even though I help everybody else. However, in Zappotech, there's nothing like that, which is fantastic. And I thoroughly enjoyed Zappotech. So this is by far my favorite game that Fabio, I forget his last name, has designed. So I'm really excited because, Board and Dice, they're a fantastic publisher, and I really appreciate what they've done. All the Teo, all the T games, Twanta Suyu, Takenu, And so Zappotech is actually, it fits perfectly in line with those T games. You'll get a very similar feeling. However, it's a much lighter game experience. It's a medium weight game at most. It's very easy to learn and easy to play. There's like 5 rounds. You're doing like one thing every round. So you have like 5 actions, and then you have to like figure out how to combo everything to get exactly what you need. And there's a temple track, and everything just fits right in line with all those T games. Like it's perfect. It's a lighter experience, and I think it will be a huge success. I really enjoyed this game. So, Fabio Lopiano, Kalamala, Ragusa, Merv, Zappotech. Okay. So those are I haven't played the mushroom game, so, yeah, but Kalamala, Ragusa, Merv, he designed those games, and they were all okay at best for me, but Zappotech is really great. I really like that. So, yeah. So this is definitely one that will be very exciting to show off whenever I can. And I am very excited. I like that one a lot. So, yeah. Yay! I'm glad I got to learn it. My Tabletopia was being ridiculous the other day. It took an hour to load the page. But all while it was loading, I was getting the explanation on a Zoom call. So I was watching the phone like, okay, so this is how you do this. This is how I learned on the phone. And then when it finally loaded, we're like, okay, let's play. And it was fine. It was Tabletopia. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. So I don't know. I hope it's fixed itself. But I really don't like Tabletopia. I much prefer Tabletop Simulator all day, or Board Game Arena all day, every day. Yukata all day, every day. That's redonks for sure. That's right. I love it when it works, but it's like 50-50. Yeah, that's kind of... It's usually much better than 50-50 for me. However, that one day, it was just like... And of course, that day I had like, I was supposed to play a game with one publisher, and then I played a game with another publisher. So it's like, oh my God, I'm supposed to like be on this Tabletopia, and it's like not working. So, yeah. But I'm glad we got it to work so I could try out the Zappotech, and it was really great. So Board and Dice actually announced their online gaming con in April, so I'll be a part of that. So it's really exciting, and I believe I'll even be interviewing Fabio Lopiano. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But they might even have me on just to like conduct an interview. So that will be cool. I wanted to make sure to play Zappotech before that happened, and Yeah, it's really good. So I'm very excited. So if you have any questions I should ask Fabio, let me know ahead of time if you want to know anything. So yeah, that was Zappotech. And then today's blog, let's see. I played Ticket to Ride New York. Ticket to Ride New York, because I got these little Kickstarter trains. Sorry, I'm trying to be quiet, but there's these little Kickstarter trains. It comes in this little tin, and I got these little trains here. So, there's going to be a Kickstarter for these trains in a couple weeks, and I thought it was like already on Kickstarter, but it's not going there yet. So I'm like, Michael, we got to play this game right now and show off these trains right now. And then I'm like, oh well, I guess the Kickstarter's not yet. So we'll be playing Ticket to Ride New York on the stream probably in a couple weeks whenever these trains go on Kickstarter. There's going to be a bunch of colors. Right now we only had the prototype of the blue ones that he could send me. So that's all I could feature in the blog and everything. But I'm excited. They look really cool. If you're a big fan of Ticket to Ride, these would be a fantastic upgrade to your game. And they'll be in different colors and shapes and everything. So that's really cool. And so there's a lot of talk about The Witcher going on in the chat right now. I'm not really sure what's going on, but that's what you see going around. Yeah, there was a meme of Geralt playing Geralt in The Witcher. Michael was like, "Did you see this? Did you see this?" I'm like, "No." Reasons. Oh my goodness. Michael and I also played Board Royale, the island card game. And so Board Royale is basically the Hunger Games of card games. And you are literally trying to be the lone survivor. You're trying to kill off everybody. You steal their weapons, use their weapons on them, make them lose all their cards in their hand. If you lose all your cards, well, you're out of the game. So good luck. So yeah. Time Roller, I was wondering if you liked Board Royale. I played it a bit ago. I liked it. It's super light. I mean, there's like 2 rules. Draw some cards, play some cards, gather resources, kill some people. It's not like super deep or anything, but I think it was cute. I mean, we literally taught and played the game in under 30 minutes on the stream the other day or something ridiculously fast. So I was dead in no time. And with games that are so much take that, I really don't mind it so much if the game is that fast. If it's a bit longer than that, then I get a little annoyed if there's so much take that, but it was really fine and it's simple, and we'll be showing it off again when there's going to be expansions that hit Kickstarter in a couple weeks, so we'll play with some of those expansions and see how it goes. So yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think it works, and it will work really well for the right group and the right timing. I mean, it's not deep, and you got to get kind of lucky to win. If you get some good combos, then you're doing well. So, yeah, it could work. I don't see why people wouldn't like it. It's so short that it's harmless. So, yeah. And so that will be hitting Kickstarter, I think, like the first week of April or something. There's a lot of Kickstarters going in the first week of April. So I got a list going over there, and like, what's going up? What are we gonna play? And the last thing I wanted to talk about is a game called Ragnarok, Dawn of the Heavens Massacre, CCG. And this game we pulled out to play. And we pulled out the rules. We went through the first rule book, which is basically Magic the Gathering. And then I'm like, well, we don't know anything about these cards. Let me see if there's something else. And then I pulled out a 93-page rule book on how to use the cards. And we're like, yeah, forget it. I really don't want to. 93 pages in a PDF? Like, are you kidding me right now? Oh my god. I'm like, I don't care that much about this game. I mean, it was bad. It was really bad. I couldn't get past it, and so I'm like, sorry. I guess if you like Magic and you want some really complex additional rules after that fact, you might want to play this game, but I couldn't do it. And it's like, yeah, I'm willing to play games, but not when I have to read 110 pages of rules to get there. It's like, come on. The document couldn't be used only as a reference. Well, so it might be that way, Shrey. However, we read through the first rules, which tells you like what a deck of cards is, like what tapping is, all these different rules on how to play Magic. But there's no specifics on how to play or what the terminology is of like rare, common, like in this universe that they created. How can I differ from this card to this card to this card when creating my deck? It's like, here's some list of starting deck ideas, and then it's like it lists like crystal, one rare, one common. I'm like, well, how do I know what a rare and common is? First of all, I don't know. I mean, you have to either give me specific name titles of cards. I'm really dumb when it comes to this stuff. So it's like, I want, when you give me a list of things that I need to find to make my starting deck, I want a list of things, not like one rare. I want the name like common gem blue or blue common gem or, red. I want the actual name of the cards. I don't want just like rare and common. I have no idea what that even means. Like, it's like I couldn't figure it out, and I'm not an idiot. However, I don't really care that much to try and figure it out. And if you're not gonna like give me a list of the actual names of the cards that need to be in your starting deck, well, it's not great. Oh man. The two things that kill collectible card games are making them too simple with not enough content, or making them too complex with too much jammed onto them that at the start. Yeah, that's very true. So I just don't really, I don't know, we couldn't do it, but I feel bad, but geez. And then I get an email today. It's like, here's an updated list. Here's an updated PDF with more stuff that you might need to know. I'm like, okay. It literally has an untap step, a draw step, a play step, and a combat step, just like Magic. Attacking rules and blocking rules, just like Magic. Time Roller says, I never got into the building of the decks in Magic and the like. Not my thing. That's fine. I probably would get into it a little bit if I got into it. Like, I would, I would be all about it, but I'm just like not all about it. That's all. Matt saw a dozen CCGs back in the mid-90s. If you are going to do it, learn from the lessons of those that succeeded and those that failed. Michael said, I played Magic competitively and won and loved it, but it's not the same now, and this is no Magic. I almost backed Ragnarok. Now, Drew, are you talking about the same thing that we are talking about? Now, there's different games called Ragnarok. This one's called Ragnarok Dawn of Heaven's Massacre CCG. I don't think it ever went to Kickstarter. It was self-published, so yeah, it's probably a different Ragnarok, because I know there's other Ragnarok games out there. So you're drive-through cards. This is not by Gray Fox. So I would probably prefer Gray Fox. Gray Fox. Just because their games are better. I mean, they're a well-known publisher, but yeah. But yeah, and so I was just like, here, I'll feature it in the blog and give you my thoughts on it. But I just think I can't get past the PDF being ridiculously long. Drew's like, well, I'm still a sucker for Norse themed games. So that's also funny you say that, because I really like the Norse themed games as well. And I was like, oh, Ragnarok, that's really cool. And then we got all these cards, and there's like nothing about anything about that. There's like mice and like a tornado, a windstorm, some crystals. But there's nothing about like a rainbow bridge. There's nothing about like Thor or anything. So I don't really understand the theme, to be honest. So yeah. That's what Michael's like, it's not Norse themed. That's exactly my thought. I'm like, why? Where is that mythology? There is no theme. Yeah, there is no theme. So why is it called Ragnarok? I have no idea. False advertising, shame. That's right. I agree. So it's, yeah. That's why you wanted to play it. You were looking for the rainbow. I'm always looking for the rainbow bridge, Matt. Come on. That's obviously. Do you even have to say anything? No. So yeah, that was about my week wrapped up. And next week we'll be featuring Cryo. We played that just yesterday. And Michael went through a roller coaster of emotions when playing that one. Michael says, so here's the other thing. It is a CCG. You get all the cards. That's right. So if you want like expansion packs or different like sets of cards, you just buy the set of cards and you get all the set of cards. It's not like you buy this pack and you hopefully get what you want. So it's not a CCG. It's missing C. Yeah, that's right. Sounds like they did everything wrong. It's sad because it's clearly someone's passion project, right? I mean, writing up all this stuff and, it's clearly a passion project. However, it's too much. It's too much for that Ragnarok. Michael says, and it's limited to 4 cards per deck. I couldn't find it in the 120 pages. And if it's not what limits me from putting in just the best cards, it's just bad. Michael said, I finally gave up and deemed it unplayable. Yeah, reinventing Magic might not be the best approach. Dr. Sign contributed 2,000 total to the Versus Challenge Bunny Kingdom. Yay! So right now this week we have the Versus Challenge, a new Versus Challenge going up right now for Baron Park and for Bunny Kingdom. And I have both of these games. I have expansions that I have yet to play. So there is a Bunny Kingdom expansion with a big, huge rainbow on it, and I just haven't played it yet. So if that won, we'd probably play that expansion. Or the Baron Park, I think it's called like Big Bad Bears or something like that. And I have that on the unplayed shelf, so I would like to play that as well. So whatever you guys vote, I'm happy to play because I want to try the new expansions for these things. Or they're not new anymore. I just haven't haven't played them yet. Michael's going on about the Ragnarok. With that many pages in the rules, it's got to be a pet project, so I feel a little bad for them, but if they have that little knowledge of the game world these days, that lowers the sadness. Matt contributed to the Bunny Kingdom Challenge. Keyforge is Fantasy Flight Games. It was okay. I agree with Michael. It was okay. I'm not like, Oh, I want to play that. Oh, I want to own that game. Oh, this. It's so cool. But I played it. It was fine. I mean, if I'm going to play a Magic light or like game, I guess, the rules were easy enough to follow for me. They did the collectibleness in an interesting way. Yeah, it was interesting for sure. So yeah, there are community challenges going on. The Bunny Kingdom versus Barren Park, and the solo night. Solo night. We still have a few more days. What is it, like 12 more days or something, to submit to see solo night game night with Steph. I'll probably play some Uwe Rosenberg games. Ultimately, if you buy decks and it sucks, I guess you're just out the money. Well, yeah. That's that's how it goes. Drew says, I almost tried to. Almost got back into Magic the Gathering because Norse-themed set came out recently. Michael says, I still play Magic on Steam. He was telling me about it today. He's like, I just played Magic. Ah! Matt says, the deck building aspect of Magic is my favorite part, so Keyforge had nothing to offer for me. Michael's like, I played Magic in 2015 and this morning. Bunny Kingdom. Oh, there you go. Bunny Kingdom. All right. Hello, Laura. Hello. Laura contributed to Solo Night. Thanks for that. Barren Park. You should be ashamed you don't know the expansion's name. I have had them for so long. I just don't remember the expansions. What is it called? Bad News Bears. And what's the other expansion for Bunny Kingdom? I don't remember. It's been so long. I haven't played it. It's the name of the movie. I did see the movie long ago. It has like what? Billy Bob Thornton? I think. I don't remember. I don't remember. Laura's like, I showed Drew houses when he got home. Oh yeah, you're moving to Tennessee, right? Bunny Kingdom Ragnarok? Is it really? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Walter Matthau? Yeah, Bad News Bears. Long ago. Long ago. Caffeinate. Matthau? No, but there was a remake of Bad News Bears. I understand it was a old title, right? Old title. And then it got remade, in like the 90s or something. Bye, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. So, yeah. Old. I mean, 1976 was 10 years before I was born. So that's fairly old. See, Billy Bob Thornton was the new one. See, Dr. Sign. Yes, that's right. I'm like, wasn't it Billy Bob Thornton? Oh, I knew it was a remake. However, I really thought it was Billy Bob Thornton because so you're saying anything from 1976 and earlier is old. Phew. Hey, I was negative 10 years old, so that's why, right? Earlier. No. You're not old, Michael. You're not old. Just saying. Okay. The original was called The Bad News Bears. The remake was just Bad News Bears. I'm not old. I'm just pre-disco. Old. It's like 1920. Well, yeah, that is old. All right. Fair enough. Now, but if you Laura, you're gonna get hurt. he knows Taekwondo. Talked on all sides. Michael! Michael! Billy Bob was one of my favorites. All right. Matt chimes in again. He's like, I'm going to work, but wait, there's more. Eat an old man emoji. Yeah, that could be. I don't think I got one here. There might be. Search for old man emotes. Get off my lawn. No, that's more me. Michael's like, whatever. I'm like, get off my lawn. Anyway, I think, that probably wraps up the Steph's Hodgepodge, but I'll be right back.